Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, Okiya Omtatah, in the company of other members of parliament, attended the burial service of the daughter to the former Vice President, Mudi Awori, in Inangungwa. And after that, Okiya Omtatah proceeded to a fundraise drive where they were trying to raise funds to help students have food in school so that teachers cannot send the students back home. And during that function, Okiya Omtatah revealed or exposed what has been happening to do with his case that he has filed in the court to do with the 2023 financial bill that has already passed in the National Assembly. And in his revelation, Okiya Omtatah is confirming that William Ruto is actually trying to reach out to him, and is offering some money to him so that he can drop his case and let him have his way. Omtatah is saying no, he will not withdraw the case, he will fight to the end, because what he understands is that Kenyans do not need houses. What Kenyans need the most, which is so much primary demand, is industry. Wakenya wanahitaji factory, and when they have factory, they can have their own houses. Kenyans do not need houses.
Akaongea kama mwanaume, na mimi napenda watu wenye wanasema haki na wenye wanasema ukweli. Na hii hoja ambayo iko kotini, iko bunge, sio hoja ambayo itatusaidia, kwa sababu kile Kenya inahitaji ni viwanda. Kenya haihitaji manyumba, nyumba itakuja baadaye. Tukijenga viwanda, watu watajenga manyumba, lakini mtu atajenga nyumba akae njaa. So hii hoja ya kuweka gharama ya uzalishaji juu kiasi mpaka wawekezaji hawezi wakafanya biashara hapa Kenya, tunaipinga. Na mimi naunga mkono wale ambao waangalie wale wajumbe wao, kwa sababu kwa bahati mbaya, kwa sababu ile vitu ilifanyika kufuruka katiba, hii finance bill haitakuja kwenye bunge la Seneti, itaenda kule National Assembly pekee. Na naomba muangalie kwa makini, wenye watawafuruga na nyinyi muwafuruge. Nyinyi ndio mmetuandika kazi, sisi hatujaandika kazi. Alafu nataka kusema hivi, hata wakitoa hizo vitu vingine, hiyo bill bado ni mbaya, kwa sababu wameweka kule mambo ambayo inahusiana na ugatuzi. Alafu hiyo bill haitakuja Seneti. Kama bill haitakuja kwa Seneti, watoe kila jambo ambalo ni la ugatuzi. Mambo ya nyumba ni ya ugatuzi, na hii ni mpango wa kujaribu kuangamiza ugatuzi. Na mimi kama seneta sitakubali hayo. Nikimalizia kesi yangu kotini, nawaambia hiyo kesi sitatoa. Hizo pesa zenu, nendeni mule pesa zenu. Wakenya wapate haki yao. Na jambo la uchungu sana ambao wanatumwa ni watu kutoka hapa Bungoma. Sio Busia, sio Kakamega, sio Vihiga. Ni watu wa Bungoma hapa. So hapa Bungoma kuna watu wengine hawana msimamo kama wajake wa Mboka. Na mimi nawaambia wawachane na mimi, tukutane kotini, wanaume ni kuwekana vifua. Sina mna hiyo? Na kwa hii mradi wa chakula, linda jeshi la wenzako, unaharibu chakula yao. Wakishakuwa njaa utaachika kama kuku. Watoto lazima washibe ndio waweze kuperform vizuri shuleni. Na naiunga mkono. Tulikuwa tumekuja matanga hapa kwa mzee Mudi Awori ambaye amepoteza mtoto wake, na ndio bwana Sifuna senator akatuambia kuna hapa mchangilio wa chakula tunaweza tukapitia, na tukasema hata twende tuunge mkono ndugu wetu kwa sababu ni shujaa na nimemjua muda mrefu sana. Na hata sijui kwa nini mlikuwa mnamnyima kura. Tafadhali.
Now we are continuing the panel discussion, but that's a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, in Okiya Omtatah's statement, he's saying that, in fact, he's narrowing it down. Ruto is using some politicians from Bungoma, where he was. So who could be these people from Bungoma that Ruto is using to reach out to Okiya Omtatah? Could it be the National Assembly Speaker, Moses Wetangula? Could it be Didmas Barasa? Or who could be this person? Is it the Bungoma Governor, Lusaka? But the reality is that Ruto is reaching out to Okiya Omtatah using some politicians from Bungoma. This should tell you one thing. William Ruto is not sure of the outcome of the case that Okiya Omtatah has filed in the court. And his main focus was on two main things. Number one, it was all about the affordable housing that Ruto is bringing to the people. Okiya Omtatah explained how those houses are not anywhere near to affordability because it's 2 times expensive compared to private developer. The difference is about 20,000 to 1 square meter if you compare the price. 1 square meter in private developers, they are selling at 30,000. But for William Ruto, they are selling 50,000. That was number one. Number two, they are using county government land which are being given free, and then they hand over to private developer, and in that way, that's grabbing of government land which is also county property. So they grab county property, give to private developer, and then private developer is not paying taxes, and they come and sell it back so much expensive. He wants to stop that. The issue of affordable housing is county government function. If it is that way, Ruto should hand money to the county government, or county government should look for a way to deal with that project, but not national government project. So the issue is that the 1.5% that Ruto is imposing there as a tax is illegal and is against the law, because there will be no way Kenyans are going to occupy this house. Instead, their money is going to be eaten. As simple as that. So in as much Ruto has had his way in the National Assembly, he still has to struggle his way through the court. The other issue is to do with the mining. According to Okiya Omtatah, there are laws which are so much imperative to people who want to engage in mining. When it comes to maybe you want to sell your product outside the country, it is so much expensive, more than the price in the market outside. That means we have few individuals who will be controlling the mining sector in this country, which is a monopoly, and they will be the only people who are going to dictate the price. That alone, it means you are infringing on the right of the people who have those products. Like, for example, you talk about iron ore, in fact, magnetic one that is in Busia, and now we have an Indian who has set a factory here, which is good to some extent, but again, he will be the only person dictating the price. He wants to sort out that issue. There are also other issues. Of course, some Ruto had dropped from the bill, for example, the issue of taxing the cosmetic products. Some of these things he has dropped. But the other that's still there, Okiya Omtatah is going to fight to the end. So there is already a fight between William Ruto and Okiya Omtatah that is already active. So it is either Okiya Omtatah take my money, or we continue with the struggle. Okiya Omtatah is saying, no, I will fight to the end. I rather lose the case, but not be compromised. So that's Okiya Omtatah for you. I don't know, tutapata wapi Okiya Omtatah wengine 5 ama 10 kama huyu kwa National Assembly ama kwa Senate. Kenya can be very far. People whom you cannot compromise with your money. Kama Okiya Omtatah angeendelea na masomo yake kama ya priesthood, indeed he could have been a truthful man of God. But because of the teaching he got and the humanity in him, he still maintained to be doing that priesthood job in other capacity. That's why you can never compromise Okiya Omtatah. He has been a fighter, has been fighting for the people, and he still continues to do that. So the question is, if Ruto is doing the right thing, and if he knew members of parliament voted with their mind to this bill, why is he still looking for Okiya Omtatah to compromise him by bribing him? Why? It points to one thing, that indeed, when Sifuna said that this financial bill is a drumful of poison, he was right. When Gadoni Mshamba stood up to say that this financial bill is impunitive and it is scandalous, she was right. And we can see the scandal here. That's what is pushing Ruto to use some of his allies to reach out to Okiya Omtatah to compromise him, to bribe him so that he can stop proceeding in the court. I know it's not only Okiya Omtatah. We have other non-governmental organizations that are also in the court with the same case. So let them fight in the court. In the court, the way Okiya Omtatah is saying that watu ni kuonana mundu humundo, waende kotini waonane, tuone ukweli utakuwa wapi. Kama court itaamua kuwa compromise, then let it be, so that we will know that they were compromised. Kama they will stand with the truth, let it be. But not taking a bribe from one William Samuel Ruto. That's Okiya Omtatah for you, and that is his position. I don't know your views, but let us better in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you, and see you in our next video.